Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of I am a week late with making this review, but I figured I'd make it anyways considering the fact that I was gone for a week on vacation and I didn't have an opportunity to do so up until now. Better known as the new Hotring Races, and me kinda wanted to give a bit of praise to them. Now, this might sound weird, and yes, if you're going to be honest, the Hotring Races are still very much the Hotring Races considering the fact that the concept of it is still driving around in a circle. However, as compared to the older Hotring Races, I do have to say that these new ones are pretty much a very good improvement. For the simple reason that the laps are significantly shorter than the original ones, and for that reason you also have more of an opportunity of doing some actual racing, rather than just holding down R2 and then just waiting until you meet the finish line at some point. Whereas this, if you also were to go as far as to enable slipstream to make it a little bit more interesting, because you're not really doing an awful lot of cornering and sort of like actual hitting of the apex, because that's not really all that necessary because of the tracks in the way that they are. It also creates this interesting dynamic of being able to also start fighting with the lower positions if you are ahead of the pack, thus meaning more people have more opportunities of having a fun race. This is one of the main reasons why I like these new maps inside of the Hotring Races series, because of that particular reason. Whereas with the older ones, they didn't really allow that much, and plus the fact the car itself wasn't really all that interesting. And I feel that the Hotring Everon is a more interesting car because of the way that it looks and it sounds, and well, yeah, it's also a little bit understeery and it can be a little bit of a handful to drive compared to the Hotring Sabre, which was a lot easier to drive. It's the better car out of the two, and especially if you're doing an awful lot of straight line speeding, then this is going to be the car for you. But even having said all that, I don't really think that I'm going to be revisiting these races all that often, considering the fact that the style of race, that being Hotring Races or NASCAR races, is something that I personally don't really enjoy. Because of the fact that how simplistic they are. I prefer races that have a little bit more corners and that sort of stuff. Which is the reason why my two favorite tracks are the one around the Bolingbroke prison and the one in Fort Zancudo. Primarily because they do something a little bit different and they are a little bit more interesting to play overall. Especially the one in the prison kind of makes you make decisions whether or not you want to take a wider line for a boost, and then kind of figure out whether or not that is actually faster. Especially if slipstream comes into play, it will probably provide for some interesting racing. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and if you like what you see on the channel, become a member like Chloe and GTA Plus. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.